Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk about some things I would like to do with my writing money when and if I earn enough. Well, I would definitely like to take some of my writing money and spend it on a vacation of some sort, particularly a vacation that my family or other people really aren't interested in financing for various reasons. And therefore, if I want to take it, I will basically have to finance it myself because there's really no other way that I'll be able to go. And there are several trips like that. Of course, there are probably dozens of places I would love to go, but there are particularly two places that if I never get to visit them in my lifetime, I will be particularly sorry. And of course, one is I've always wanted to go to England, particularly so I can visit historical landmarks, and sites involving writers like Charles Dickens. I can go maybe to the Globe Theater and see a Shakespeare play. That's something that I've always really wanted to do. Of course, that would be a very expensive trip. The other trip I've always wanted to take is I've always wanted to go to Los Angeles, which I've never actually been to the West Coast before. The furthest I've been, I think, is Monument Valley in Arizona, or maybe a little of Nevada. But the reason I want to go to Los Angeles is I have no interest really in modern Los Angeles, but I am a huge fan of classic movies, particularly movies from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all that. And so I have a lot of knowledge of filming locations and historical landmarks in Los Angeles that I would just love to visit. But my family really has no interest in taking such a trip for various reasons, especially because they have an aversion to cities and all of that. So if I want to take such a trip, I'll have to finance it myself. And I think that I would need at least $3,000 minimum in order to take such a trip. Now, I have earned up to this point a few $100 from my writing as a whole, but my goal is to earn at least $3,000 before I take this trip. Ideally, I'd like to have more than that because it would be unfortunate if I had to blow all of my money on one trip. But if necessary, I will do it. I would need enough money where I could at least vacation there for, I'd say, 3.5 days would probably be the minimum amount that I would require in order to do everything that I would like to do. Of course, I would have to fly on a plane, which even though I've been to I think 39 out of the 50 states in Canada, I've never actually flown on a plane before. It's all been by car. So that would be an interesting experience, and I would need enough money, ideally, so I could bring at least one person along with me, because I would be very nervous if I had to travel all that way on my own. But if necessary, I will travel alone, but it's definitely not what I would prefer. But that's what I would love to do with my writing money when and if I earn enough.